Greetings, YouTube. Today I'm going to be linking to an article dealing with the daycare dilemma in America. America doesn't have any regulated form of actual daycare system for American parents to use. So they're left to their own devices to try to find decent daycare for their kids. And daycare is prohibitively expensive in America. In many other first world nations, daycare is subsidized, sometimes completely, allowing parents to put their children into safe, regulated environments so that they may go out and hold a job and pay taxes and be a productive member of our economies. In America, we don't have that. In America, it's the Wild West. There are unregulated daycares which put you at great risk of not knowing what's going to happen to your kids. And the regulated ones are incredibly expensive. A middle-class person in America might pay $20,000 a year for daycare. There are people that have to stay home, the two-parent family that has to stay home because the cost of daycare is so prohibitive that it means that they will be economically depressed because of it. That the one parent will have to stay home and take care of the children simply because if they work, their entire paycheck will be consumed by daycare. It's abominable. I can't tell you how tired I am of the Wild West, just let people do what they want without any kind of regulation environment of America. There are lots of things that we need freedom for. Freedom of speech, the right to bear arms, to be protected from unwanted search and seizure. Those things we need. But there are things that we need regulations of. Corporations, politicians, daycare, work environment so people are safe, healthcare so that every American gets the healthcare they need regardless of their economic worth. And daycare is one of the things that we need to make sure that every American has access to so we can put people to work. So everyone that wants to work can work. I know people who are lucky enough that they can have one parent stay home. I have a friend he's raising his daughter and is doing homeschooling, but he's lucky. His wife's a doctor, so they can economically afford it. But that option isn't open to everyone. And some people who stay home, their other partner, the person that works, has to work 2 jobs to make up that money. And that means that they don't get to spend time with their kids or their spouse. That means they don't get to further their education or have a life outside of work. It means that they get to work, period. Other than that, they're sleeping and eating and working some more. They're not playing with their children. They're not spending time with their spouse. They're not enjoying themselves. Because in America, we've decided that, well, screw you. If you're not wealthy, you don't deserve anything. Again, in other civilized nations, they have subsidies that support daycare. They make sure that their citizens have access to the things they need. Not in America. We don't have that. We just throw you to the wolves and, well, good luck. Here's a spoon. I'm tired of it. We need significantly more progressive politicians to make sure that we have the things that the American people need. The 99. The wealthy, they can take care of themselves. But we need to have them stop robbing the rest of us. And we need to make sure that the people in America have access to the services that we need to function as a society. And making sure that our children are cared for in safe, regulated environments so that they can grow up to be healthy, productive citizens is one of those things. I mean, there are people who are planning where my kid is going to go to daycare while they're pregnant. On top of being pregnant, they're having to worry about where is my kid going to go. That's barbaric. In any other place in the world, Americans would look at that and go, well, these primitives, how can they live like that? For some reason, When we do it to our own, it's considered acceptable. I don't get it. I can't understand how we have this blind spot that says it's all right to screw your fellow citizens in America. Can someone explain that to me? I'd really love to know. So, I'm looking forward to the parents out there telling me their stories about daycare. Have you been lucky? Did you have maybe a live-in relative that could help you? Were you fortunate to have someone nearby that was unregulated but you could trust and gave your child the type of daycare they deserved and needed? Or did you get lucky and find regulated daycare that is affordable enough that it doesn't crush you economically? Or do you have to just live with the fact that one parent stays home and it puts you at a lower economic bracket? I want to know.